Hi friends, welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Caitlin. For those of you that are not new here, my face is happy that you are seeing it again. And today I am bringing you two looks with the Oden'S and Angelica Nyqvist collab, the Hela palette. So yeah, if that's something you're interested in, definitely keep watching. Also, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe before you go. I do lots of new palette reviews and then also ongoing rankings as I continue to use my palettes throughout the year. So if that is something you're interested in, definitely subscribe. And then yeah, let's just go ahead and get on into it. Okay, so I'm starting with this like small thick packing brush and the shade Soot. I'm packing that all over my lid. Just doing like, you know, tapping on motions and making sure to build up the color versus like trying to like fluff it onto the lid, if that makes sense. I'm just like tapping it onto the lid to really big up, oh my god, build up that pigment. Okay, so going in with a small blending brush and the shade Goddess, and then blending out the edge, like the edge of where I place Soot, and blending that basically into the crease. But I'm not taking it too high because I don't want things to get out of control. Taking a fluffier blending brush and going in with the shade, ooh, I don't know how to say that. It's the light pink shade. I'm not sure what that word is. Okay, and then tapping over where I placed Soot, I'm taking like a flat brush and tapping over that with the shade River. Building up that sparkle. It's interesting because River is kind of like a duochrome shade, but placing it over the dark shade, it sort of loses the like duochrominess and just is more of like a one-dimensional sparkle. It's still really pretty, but anyways, taking Soot on the lower lash line, then going over that with Goddess on the lower lash line, then going over that with that other shade that I don't know how to pronounce on the lower lash line, and then taking the small pencil brush and putting, I think I started with double-sided as the inner corner, but it was like way too orange based like on the other color, so I put Hellfire over it, and now here is the finished first look. What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments, and let's go to oh my god, look number 2. Here we go. Okay, so for look number 2, it's either going to go really well or it's going to go really bad. If you're watching this, it probably went okay. So my vision is like an eyeliner situation with, but like different like circles. So like a bubble liner. So what I'm going to do is take, this is the About Face Beauty Matte Fluid Eye Paint in white. I think it's just white. White Noise is the name of it. So I've taken some different bottoms of eyeshadow brushes to like size out what I'm gonna do. And so I'm gonna put like different sized circles on my eyes, and then I'm gonna come in with like the green shadow to fill it in. And yeah, that's kind of what that's it. That's really all I got. So I'm gonna start with this larger one. This is the bottom of the Morphe M056 brush. So I'm not going to use the brush part. I'm just going to use the little circle part. And I'm going to take my eye paint and I'm just going to tap that on. And then since this is the bigger one, I kind of want to make sure it's like right here. Okay. Okay. And then like a little half circle right there. Then let me get a little bit more. I think I'm gonna put one more out here. Like right there. Okay. And then maybe another little half circle like over here. Okay. So since this was the biggest one, I wanted to use the lightest shade. And so to get the actual, oh, I guess I should I just do the other eye at the same time? Probably. Maybe not. Okay, so I want this to dry really fast, and then want to try and get like a little brush that I can have the, like, pack the shade on, but like keep it to the circle. I think we're going to be using, actually this is the ColourPop E10 brush. I think this is gonna, I usually use this for my inner corner, but I think this should work. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Rebirth. And I'm just kind of tapping that in that circle to fill it in. Oh, and I should have said I primed my eyes with my Natasha Denona eyeshadow base because I wanted like a opaque eyeshadow base versus normally I do a more translucent base with the Smashbox one. So anyways, and it's okay for these circles, like I'm probably gonna like end up cutting those in half when I like wipe my eye, but we'll see. Maybe not, maybe I'll leave it. It doesn't have to be like a perfectly sharp wing. First one down. And then since I'm probably gonna end up using that brush for all of the eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye at the same time so that I can just, because I'm gonna get progressively darker with my shadow and I wanna use that same brush, so I don't wanna have to go back and clean it. So, and this might help us keep it a little bit more cohesive. All right, so now we're gonna go into the next size up, which is the bottom of my Real Techniques brush. It's this, I think it was the Real Techniques collab with Victoria Lynn, but it's the bottom of one of those brushes. I don't see a number on it, so. And I'm just going to kind of place this in random spots like we did the last time. I mean, that kind of did like a half circle on its own. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with the shade Underworld. This is not, okay, I changed my mind. I'm not gonna go in with Underworld. Let's go in with Moss. Underworld doesn't have enough contrast from Rebirth, so they just look like the same little circles. It's, you know, it's going okay, I guess. Maybe I don't want more. I guess, you know what, we'll just move on to the next size. This is going to be Ouroboros, I think is how you say that. Okay, this size is not that different from the last one. So I think I'm just kind of like going for it now. I don't know. It's makeup, so if it turns out terrible, I will just wash it off. So these ended up not being exactly the same, and I think I'm gonna need an even smaller brush. So I'm gonna take, this is the Lapis Fino brush from Melt. It's the 523. It came with their Amor y Mariposas collection. So I'm gonna go with Ouroboros, like I said, and hope for the best. Okay, that kind of fell a little bit into the other shade, so maybe I should have gone dark to light, so then the light would have just fell into the darker ones. It wouldn't have been as noticeable. I don't know. This is probably a lot easier if you just did like water activated liners to do this, but maybe not. Maybe I just had a vision that is not executable. Okay, this will test my theory regarding whether or not lashes just make everything look better. Maybe I should have just used a brush to do the like used like one of my liner brushes to manually draw the little bubbles, but I really thought I was doing something. Okay. I mean, look worse. It could look better. Okay. I'm gonna take this other brush. What is this? This is a... Oh, I don't even know that I said the last one that I used to do the bottom for the circles was that like a random Amazon brush. But this is a Glam Vice GV16, but they're Javisi Beauty now, or Gavisi Beauty or something like that. So let's see. I'm just gonna put a few circles, and I'm just gonna use that same ColourPop E10, and I'm gonna go back in with Moss. Yeah. Oh, let me just like low-key just measure some random lashes on here and see. Oh god, now I dropped them. I mean, maybe with a full face it could look fun. Like if I go full face and put some lashes on, could look like a cute watercolor green zebra moment. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and hold out hope that something good will happen. Well, you know what? Let's see. You know what usually saves it? Okay, so this is a Carla Cosmetics, let me see, multi-chrome loose eyeshadow in Beauty Sleep. Maybe we just throw that over the lid as well. Oh wait, no, this is an eyeshadow. Okay, I'm not gonna use this. Carla Cosmetics. Okay, wait just a dang minute. Okay, so there is a shade in here called Double Sided. But I'm wondering if I just tap, just give ourselves a little sparkle. That might help, maybe. Well, you know what, you guys? Maybe this look will give you inspiration on what not to do with this palette. That shimmer shade, Double Sided, is seriously so freaking pretty. I wore it the other day. I just did the shade Wolf as like a transition shade, and then I put Double Sided on the lid, and that was it. And it was like really a stunning neutral look. So anyway, take that as inspiration in case this look is not inspiring to you. Anyways, let me do my face, come back. Maybe the lower lash line will save us, maybe it won't. Maybe I'm not gonna do a lower lash line, I don't know. It's a mystery. So I need to address something. I am obsessed with the way my face looks. I am trying out the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation and Concealer, and incredible. I'm using my Lunar Beauty Outer Dimension face palette, which I always use, but it's like laying so nicely on that foundation concealer. Same with my Phase Zero Makeup Making Moves blush. I've used this a bunch of times, and it just, this foundation is so good. I'm curious about how it wears, but I think this looks amazing. Anyways, and then the highlight, I actually used that same shade Double Sided that I tapped on the lid. I used as my face highlight. I think that looks really nice as well. And then one thing that I did off camera is I put like a tiny bit of Wolf, the like tannish greenish brown shade. It's more like just a grungy brown shade. Anyway, that's Wolf right there. I put that in my crease because the dark green was starting to like transfer because I just had the liner. So anyways, I do think the face makeup and lashes save this look. It's still not like my favorite, but I think it looks a lot better. The only thing that I want to do is an inner corner highlight, and part of me just wants to go in with Double Sided because I think that is such a stunning shade, but I also want to use more of these shades. So I'm going to go in with Fluorescence on that same ColourPop E10 brush that we used. And I am just going to, yeah, I think that looks pretty. Okay. I'm just tapping that on the inner corner. And there we have it. Oops. Let me get this bow situated. This is the finished second look. What do you guys think about the second look? Like I said, I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. If you didn't love how the liner looked, I don't blame you. But what you could take away from this look is that that shade double-sided is like, seriously, you could do, if you didn't have time to do your makeup, like you could just stick that in your, like on your lid and do your base makeup, and you would probably just have this nice like subtle shimmer reflect on the lid. Anyways, I'm obsessed with that shade. Yeah, so I've done 2 looks. I've actually used this palette 3 times, but you guys have seen 2 on camera. So my overall thoughts on the palette are that it's really nice. Like I said, that shade double-sided I think might be my favorite. I want to use River again because I did also like that shade. But then Fluorescence is the other shimmer. Well, and I've used Hellfire. So I've used a lot of the shimmers. They work great. Oden'S has a really nice formula. All the mattes worked really well. I actually didn't have any staining from the pink shades, which is surprising. I was definitely expecting some staining there. So I think that the overall palette quality is really nice, and it's a fun color story to play with. So yeah, those are kind of my overall thoughts. Let me know down below if you're planning on getting this palette or already have it. And if you have a video up with this palette, let me know. I'd love to go watch it and get some other inspiration. But other than that, that is everything from me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!